Hey everybody, welcome. Good afternoon. My name is Clint. I'm Mystic Valley Designs. Thanks for tuning in. This is a show about airbrushing model horses. Today's demonstration, I'm going to be working from a plain white model. This is a 3D printed resin. I do not know the name of the model or the mold. The instructions on it were fairly simple. Brown body, black mane and tail. Doesn't get much more simple than that. This video will be me painting a brown body with black mane and tail. I've already done some sanding on it, removed some of the seams, and have sprayed on a base coat, a white primer coat. And actually we're going to be doing two of these models, this one and this one, different models, but the same painting instructions for both of them, brown body, black mane and tail. As soon as I'm done with the brown, I'll come in with brushes and apply black to the mane and tail. I'll do the eyes, I'll do the hooves, but that's all it's going to be. So I've got a mixture of custom brown here. I've got a 0.0 airbrush here. 0.0 is a relatively new airbrush company. They came out of China. I'm still deciding whether I like these or not. The parts seem to be interchangeable with Iwata's, but the fit and finish is not up to snuff for an Iwata. This here is just simply lay down a base coat of brown on this model. I don't want to saturate it. I want it dried as quickly as possible. We're going to be doing both models at the same time. I'm going to give you a close-up on this one. The atomization from this airbrush is actually pretty darn good. We're going to go in here and we're going to add a few dapples to this. And I don't know if I'll have to adjust my air pressure or not. No, we're doing okay. I'll give you a close-up again. We've got the start of dapples going there. I'll be reducing the contrast using the same color. I'm only going to use two colors on this horse, black and brown. I'll be reducing the contrast on those, but they'll fade in and they'll look a little bit better later on. But let's give it some time to have the magic happen. We're going to put some more dapples on the side of this one. I'll give you a close-up. Now, this is dry already because of the way I am shooting. My paint is virtually dry just almost instantly. So now we're going to go in, hose down the face and the ears. This is what it looks like before I'm going to add dapples. So I'm going to add dapples into it right now. Returning to the second model here. Here's what it looks like before I add dapples. Here's what we're going for after the dapples. So now, back to this first one. I got my dog Ozzy down here with me. Ozzy's checking for werewolves right now, so he's woofing at something. I don't know what he's got going on. Okay, here's what we're starting to look like better, a little bit better. Those dapples are starting to recede into the background and get blended in a little bit better. The dapples are almost gone, but not quite. You can still see them there. And that's how they appear on a real horse, very faint. Occasionally you'll get noticeable dapples, especially on a gray. But for the most part, dapples are very faint and very subtle. So, you know, we don't want Wonder Bread polka dots here. Now, I'm going to hit this one with a heat gun. I'll be right back. You can see the dapples on this one. Again, they're receding into the background, becoming more and more faint, less obvious. And that's just the way I want them. Each of my models, every single one of them gets this. It's a production control sheet. It tells me who owns the model, when I got it, what I'm supposed to do with it, any special instructions, anything notable about the model. Was an ear broken? Did I have to make a repair? Did she want something added to it? It just keeps me straight on track for what to do. And one part of that is what colors I'm using on the model. If this client calls me a year from now and says, hey, you did a horse for me back in September, I want another one just like it. Well, I know exactly what I shot. I know, you know, what bottle it came from. I know the formula for that bottle, so I can recreate that color very, very easily. Believe it or not, I'm pretty much done with this model for the brown. I'll show you the dapples. So give me a moment. I'm going to clean out my airbrush and be back with a different color of paint. One moment. Hey, welcome back. Thank you. My name's Clint. I'm Mystic Valley Designs. We're in the middle of painting some horses here. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that. I've blasted them down with a chocolate brown. Both of them had dapples to them. Now we're going to go in with a second color, black. This is not black just straight out of the tube. This is a custom black that I've made, or mixed up, I should say. It's really just simply black with some medium in it, matte medium. It thins it down without changing the consistency or the thickness of the paint, and it allows me to be much more cautious and careful in laying down black. Black is an extremely overpowering color that can go horribly wrong very quickly. So by mixing it with medium, I've turned it into a transparent black, and it takes a while to lay down something that's truly black. So now what we're going to do is we're going to block in the client had requested a brown body with a black mane and tail. I'm also going to be doing some work on the face, working with some of the musculature and the bones, the anatomy, to give shadow and depth to it. Here's what that transparent black looks like. It's dark, and it is black, but it's also very transparent. It'll take several coats to get black onto there. I'm going to add a dorsal stripe into this. We're going to darken up over the shoulders, some on the flank there. We're going to darken that just a little bit. We'll darken the knees. We'll add some shadows under this heavy musculature and skeletal systems here. We're going to darken the muzzle. The eyes will get darker. The ears, the inside of the ears will get darkened. So yeah, it sounds like a simple instruction: brown horse, black mane and tail. But there's a lot more to it than just that. It's not like, you know, dipping it in a bucket of brown paint and swishing it around. You sort of have to have some skill to apply multiple colors in the correct sequence and the correct manner. So now here's what we're looking like after adding transparent black to the system. The face is a little bit glossy because the paint is still wet, but you can see how I've shaded around the eyes, the muzzle, the nose, under the chin. I've given shadows under these muscles along in here. I've added black along the dorsal stripe here. The tender parts under there, they're all black. So I'm pretty much done with black on this particular model for the airbrush. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I'll come back in with a brush and add black onto these. But we're done with black on the airbrush for that one. So now it's on to black for this one. Oh, here, I'll give you a before and after. This is what the face looks like before I add black. This is what that face looks like. A little bit more realistic after I've added the black. See the shadows underneath there, shadows inside the ears, the ear canal, shadows underneath the hair of the mane there. You know, the underside will all be darkened under there. Let me hit this with a heat gun real quick. Now you can see those dapples in there. They're barely there. They're so very faint now. That's how a dapple should appear on an LSQ horse, live show quality horse or model. So I'm pretty much done with black on this one. We're done. Folks, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate that. My name is Clint. I'm Mystic Valley Designs. I've been painting two models for you here this afternoon. Brown with black manes and tails. I'll do that with a brush later on. But thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Take care. Peace out. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye now.